This is The Space Shot, episode 364 for May 13th, 2018. Thor-Delta and Wakeup songs. I'm John Molnix. The Thor-Delta, or just Delta rocket, even though I'm partial to having Thor in a rocket name, was an expendable launch vehicle used by the United States in the early 1960s. This variant was the first in a long-storied series of Delta rockets. Sadly, however, this first launch ended in failure when the second stage malfunctioned. A rocket with a bad attitude, in this case an attitude control system, isn't something you look for in a rocket launch. The payload for this flight was Echo 1, a passive communications satellite experiment that reflected signals from one part of Earth to another. With the loss of Echo 1, Echo 1A was launched on August 12, 1960, and was one of the topics for episode 91 of The Space Shot. Project Echo was a joint effort between NASA, JPL, and AT&T Bell Labs. Echo 1 would have inflated to over 100 feet in diameter once in orbit, but it never got the chance. Unlike the communications satellites in use today, Echo didn't actively repeat the signal to another ground station. Its skin was designed to reflect radio signals from one part of Earth to another. To test out Echo 1A, the Jet Propulsion Laboratory sent a transmission that bounced off Echo and was received at the Holmdel Horn Antenna located in New Jersey. This proved the concept that satellites like Echo could be used to relay information across vast distances. Failures like this first Echo mission didn't stop NASA from pushing forward. There were other Thor-Delta rockets that launched, sending payloads like Explorer into space, Telstar 1, and others over its operational life.
And as my mind begins to spread its wings, there's no stopping curiosity. I wanna turn the whole thing upside down. I'll find the things they say just can't be found. I'll share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature's song. I don't want this feeling to go away.
Good morning, Atlantis, and a special good morning to you today, Megan.
Good morning, Houston, and thanks for that song. Thanks to my husband, Bob, and I'd also like to say good morning to all the curious monkeys in my family, Sophie, Vincent, Sedona, and Paulo. Remember, guys, there's no stopping curiosity.
And we agree with you, Megan.
I wanted to share the audio from that wake-up call in today's episode because I enjoyed Megan MacArthur's message at the end. There's no stopping curiosity or me podcasting, and I'm thankful that all of you join me here each day. Sharing my love of space with all of you is an absolute pleasure. The last Hubble servicing mission had quite the playlist for wake-up calls. Everything from the Cantina Band music from Star Wars to Cake, Three Doors Down, and even some Star Trek themes. I have to admit, the only song I take issue with on this playlist is the absolutely terrible Where My Heart Will Take Me, which was the theme song for Star Trek Enterprise.
Good morning, Atlantis. Good morning to the entire crew from your very friendly Orbit 3 planning team.
Apologies if you actually liked that song. I think it was one of the things that made Enterprise get a lot of hate from the Star Trek community. Tomorrow, Skylab launches on the last Saturn V rocket, and episode 365. I hope all of you have a fantastic rest of your day. I appreciate each and every one of you that listen to the podcast every day. I'd be incredibly grateful if you could share the podcast with your friends and family. Tag one of them and let them know about your favorite episode. I'd also really appreciate it if you could venture into the Apple Podcasts app or your podcast app of choice and leave a review for The Space Shot. A steady stream of reviews helps ensure The Space Shot is more visible in the Apple Podcasts app. As always, the show notes have more information on today's episode. You can hit me up on Instagram and Twitter. Find me at John Molnix. I'm always up to chat. You can also connect with me on Facebook. Just search The Space Shot or check out the links in the show notes and you'll find me. I'm John Molnix, and I'll catch you on the flip side.